This meeting is being recorded.
So yesterday I told all of you how to create your account. It's very, very simple. One more time, PLSQL oracle.com. Just enter this. It will take you to the page. Okay, then go to the sign in. Then most of you do not have an account. Then go for create account. Then fill this detail. See, I see some of the people are asking the question. We are not, don't work anywhere. We don't have a company name. Is not you give whatever you want. You can give. It does not validate. Only you need to clearly give is your email. Try to use the same Gmail address, password, and this password and retype password should match. I don't know why someone is speaking. Okay, and use whatever it is. It does not matter. You can put whatever you want. It will not. It will not kill fee. Whatever company you want that you can put it. Versus something whatever you like, TCS or whatever you like, you can put. Work phone number, just put the 9 digit. It will not validate. Company name, yeah, that's what your title is. You say here DB engineer. Okay, just put that. Company name, address put whatever your home address also fine. I'm putting my home address. Only important thing is it is mandatory. You need to fill this. Don't need to be worried about company IQ. Whatever you want, you can give. The important is you need to remember is this email and the password. Once it is done, you have to just go and create an account. It will send you an authentication email. The same email you has been given in your email address. Okay, once it is done, go and authenticate in your mailbox. Okay, then you come back here and they say sign in. Sign in take you to the login pages. This is where you are going to work. Okay. One more, this is how you set up your account. And go to here, SQL worksheet. This is a very simple step. If you know how to sign up for Facebook or how to sign up for your Gmail, this is also exactly the same process. So one more important you need to install the software is Notepad++, Notepad++, Notepad++ download for Windows. Okay, for Windows you type it, just say Windows, and it is goes here. No, download Notepad++. Use any of these version. Just use this one. Click on this. It will get download one file. Here you will have a download. Okay, just download this option. Okay. Yeah, use this option download. So it will download the Notepad++ software. Okay, it is come very small one. If you, okay, how much is 4 MB? Okay, so you wanted to download, doesn't want to download, I'll download anyway. Download it. I'll put it in your WhatsApp group. From there you can download, and you need to install that. Okay, you need to double click on this. It will get installed. Hmm? You need to install this. You by my laptop doesn't have permission, but just go to your downloads, like wherever it double click, it will start the installation. Just show the block from the system. I cannot install, but it's very simple. It will double click it, just put any path wherever you want to get installed, it will get installed. Once it is installed, you just show Notepad++. It will come like this. It's an extension of a Notepad. You have a Notepad as like that. There is another editor. We call this editor. This is very useful to type command and all. It's very, very helpful. Okay. So all of you, we have to do this first two things first in the morning. Whenever you start, you need to do it. Okay. Clear? Any questions? No question, yes. Okay, now we'll go back to understanding some of the very, very important. So all of you intended to go into learn SQL and PLSQL. That leave these words SQL, PLSQL. All these words will come back to understand later point. First, try to understand what is this database. Why? What is this SQL means? What is this PLSQL means? What is this database means? What is the significance of this database? Why someone has to maintain the database? So what was the advantage of maintaining the database? Okay. So today I have so many people has been joined. Around 20, 31 people has been joined. So I wanted to know about who has been joined. I wanted to collect your details. I don't know. I'm getting echo. Who is someone is I don't know. Hmm. Someone is unmute. Okay, be unmute. Okay, if you really have something to ask, you can unmute and ask. I don't know. Okay. Who is that? Please mute. I'm going to mute all of you. Okay. So it is very, very important to understand what is the data. See, today I have around 20, 30 plus students. I wanted to collect your data. Why I should collect your data? I must, you are my clients, my customer is. I want to know who is my customer. So knowing the customer, what is an advantage? Knowing the customer, who is my customer, I can do my business better. Yes. Tomorrow I wanted to call you for some information. Without having your data, your information, how can I connect you? So that's the reason it is very, very important. All the companies has to manage the data. Without managing the data, they cannot understand their customers. Example, you signed up, all of you signed up for Amazon, all of you signed up for Facebook, all of your data has been collected by them. The reason behind it collected by them is they can understand you better. If they're not able to understand you better, what is going to happen? They're not able to serve you. Serve means they're not able to give your products to you. Means they're not able to scale up their business. They cannot do the business better. The same way, being like a small players, like we have 30 people now, I has to collect your data. Otherwise, what will happen? I'm not able to reach you out. I'm not able to understand who has paid, what is the course they wanted to learn. If at all I am not managing the data properly, I will not able to run the institute or this training or this batch properly. So I have to collect your data. You all of you agree? Example, take a simple example. You go to and you take a telephone, your Airtel. All of you have your data. Who has best example is Amazon or a Flipkart or a Facebook. All of you, they're taking your data, correct? Data has been, so whenever you log in, they try to know you better. What is your area of interest? What you are trying to search in a Google, or what you're trying to search in a Facebook, what you're trying to search in Amazon website. The interested things they try to sell you. When you log in, the same page will not come for everybody. Based on your interest, you're searching. There's a machine learning algorithms are running behind that. They try to suggest to people based on your recent search, recent bought. Say example, I bought something called shoes, or I bought a racket, shuttle racket. Next time you log in, is try to show that buy these shoes. The badminton shoes are there as try to sell that shoes. So next time you try to buy the shoes, they're going to sell you some related SM shuttlecocks. So they try to sell you the related product so that you get attracted and sell. So every database, every company in the world has to maintain the database. The database is nothing but they have to collect the information about their employees. So I take an example. We have a very small set of 30 peoples. I must collect your data. Without collecting your data, I'll never able to understand who are you. If I don't understand who are you, I'm not able to reach you out. I'm not able to make my business better. If at all take a chance of I wanted to collect your information, what information I can collect you about student? What are the different data attributes I can collect of about a student?
Names,
Student name,
phone number,
phone number, address,
Phone number,
address,
education.
and
email ID.
subject they wanted to learn, and that is gender they have. This is what I wanted to collect. So
Batch,
this info, what else?
batch number.
Batch, which batch they are very good, which they are joining, I need to collect. Otherwise, maybe have a multiple batch, I'm not able to recognize them. Okay. So this information is pertain or belongs to which belongs to the student table. Student. Okay, student I have. So I'm going to have Vinay, number something, email vinay@gmail.com. I'm collecting the data and I want to learn SQL, PLSQL, Python example. Okay. Okay. Then We have something gender male, and my batch is 20. P20. I'm writing B20. Okay, this is how the information has been collected, correct? So why I should collect? To know my customers better. So here my data has been organized. The data has been collected. Do you know in which format data has been collected? The data is collected in the tabular form. Why are we calling as a tabular form? This data has collected in the tabular form. It has a columns and it has a rows. This is, we call them a row or record. One single row is called a record. Such multiple rows, we call them as a record or a data set. Very simple words. You try to catch the words. Okay. So we have different. Okay. Vijay at yahoo.com. Okay. So this is simple. One, first of all, try to understand. This is called entity. The subject I wanted to collect. This is a subject I wanted to collect an information. This is called a table. This is called table, and these are called columns. So what, in which order, in which format data I am trying to collect? I am trying to collect a data in the structural format, two-dimensional structure, tabular format. This is called a table. What is the name of the table? The name of the table is student. So this is called, we also called an entity. In the database word, we call entity, and columns are called attributes. So what is attributes represents? They represent a real word. Column represents real word attributes. So take an example of, I wanted to collect an information about an person. What attributes are going to collect for that person? Name of the person, same again, name, his PAN, his other, date of birth, correct, and gender, and one more is address. So here, this is represented as an entity. This table we call, this is called table or an entity. Real-time attributes are represented in the form of a column. The information we try to collect, name is A and something. The information we are trying to collect is represented in the form of an row. So very, very simple words you need to understand. The data is always be collected in the form of a table. Table is also called entity. Table is a two-dimensional structure. It has a columns. Columns represents real-time attributes. The information is collecting against each such column is called data. This is called a data. One such row is called a row or a record. We have multiple rows, is called records. We have data set, we have multiple records. Multiple records, we call them multiple rows, we call them records or data set. Okay. So all of you clear about this terminologies: table, column, rows, record, data set. Clear? Anyone has any question, confusion? Okay, no answer means people do not ask question in two instance. Once
Clear,
they
sir.
understood everything, once did not understood anything. So I believe you understood everything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
people do not ask questions in two times, two instances. One, they understood everything. Other side, they don't they don't understand anything. I believe it is very simple concept. Everyone would. So thing is, this is a table. The collection of such tables, we call them a database. That is very, very simple. We need to go word by word or in what is that? Okay, step by step. So first is we have call table. So first of all, we need to understand what is an information. Or a data. Data is all about information. Data is information. We call them data. So the information we call, this is called a data. Okay, I'm collecting the data in the form of, data is collected in the form of what?
Table.
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 Table is what? Table is two dimensional, two two-dimension structure. It has columns. Beyond me, please, rows.
Columns and
What is
rows.
column? What is column? Column
Attributes.
Attributes.
represent, yeah, represents real
Attributes.
world, yeah, real world attributes. Okay. What is row represent?
Rows. Record.
Row
Records.
represent actual data. Okay. Number set of record, multiple rows we call as
Data set.
records or data set. Okay. This is a very simple definition you can understand. Okay. So again, I don't know what to say. If you are not disturbing me, you are also disturbing everyone. Okay. So after answering, yeah, no, we have sometimes we live in small houses. We have to be cannot make that restriction that you do not talk and all. But what to do? 1 hour you need to give to me. You should not disturb me. It's not disturbing me. See that noise come now. Whole interest gone. I also get distracted. You also get distracted. Okay. Multiple. Okay. Multiple. So now you also understood the importance of collecting the data is serve know the customers better. In the real world, take an example of any company. Why this technology is so demand in the nature is take anything without having a data, no business work. Go to your mall, your Target. Target is one super. The shops they sell lot of clothes. Yes, we go to they maintain your data. Go to airlines, go to tour, make my trip, they maintain your see we every and go to your coffee and go to your petrol, there also data is generated. The best is Facebook, YouTube, and your Gmails and your what is that, Amazon, Flipkart, and your phone calls and WhatsApp. Everywhere data has massively generated. You agree? Whatever you do today also now we are generating a data. You are being joined. I started running the Zoom call. That data has been getting generated. So data has to be managed. Otherwise, if you do not collect the data and manage properly, then you cannot do your business. If you don't imagine, Airtel has how many subscribers? There are 60,000 or 30 crores of subscribers they have. Without knowing their customers, who is having what kind of a plan, who is bought the internet, who bought the postpaid connection, who bought the prepaid connection, who is doing a recharge, when the recharge is getting over, who bought the Amazon Prime, who bought the Airtel TV. So this all data has to be gathered so that they know the business better. If at all they're not maintaining the data, if they Airtel is not able to know when your recharge date is getting over. If they're not collecting the data, they're not going to bill you. So what is the consequences? They're not able to do the business. That's the reason this technology, what we're trying to do is data management. Okay, it's very simple word, data management. So can you imagine data was there before and data will be there today, and today's the data is there, data was there before and data will be there in the next decade, next 2 decades, 3 days. The amount of data is getting generated in the coming days is much higher than the previous. What data is generating today is higher than yesterday, and 10 days back data was being very small because our population was also small. There is no digital platform, there is no e-commerce websites. That's the reason I'm telling this technology is not going to die at all. The reason behind that, as long as population exists, as long as we are intended to go for digital platforms, take an hospital. Earlier, people has to write it in a paper. Do you see anywhere now people writing in a paper? Nowhere. All software has been developed. As long as software is there, underneath the data has to be stored and the data has to be managed. That's what I'm keep telling. This is one of the never dying subject. Mechanical, somebody would have told you evergreen. That is because machineries are there, it is keep evolving. That's why it is called evergreen subject. Like that, database is an evergreen subject in the computer industry, in the software industry, because as long as data is exist, the database has to be managed. Data has to be managed. To manage the data, what you need? You need a database. I'll tell you what is the meaning of a database. So data has to be managed. To manage the data, you need database. So what is a database? Let's ask the question. Anyone know what is a database? We talked
Collection
about
of
data.
data.
Collection of data. Okay. Collection of data. Okay, that's also fine. Okay. So database is nothing but
Information.
information is your data is
Information.
information. What is database?
Okay.
Repository where the data will be stored.
Yes, it is a repository or a place where the data is stored, but it is just not, then it is called storage, no?
In a
So
structural
I have
format.
the computer. So I have my computer, I have so much data I'm kept storing. This is what where data have been stored. What is the format of data is stored in this my our computer?
In a structured
Then it
manner.
should be
Instruction.
organized manner.
No. In the computer, very simple. In the computer, what format data has been stored? The data is stored in the format files. How you keeping a file? We are
In
keeping the data in
.pdf
the
or
format of
.doc.
files. Yeah, it could be file format like a doc format, PDF format, Excel format, dot log format, TST format, JPEG format. We have a different file formats, but data. Before understanding what is talking about further, let's understand what is a data. So collection of data is not database because that become a storage where you keeping the data dumping that called a storage. But database is just not a storage. Database is a software. Database is software actually. Software to manage the data. So manage the data is not only about dumping. It is all about collecting. Okay, collecting and managing. Collecting, managing, and reporting. So it's just not about, see, you all talking about collect, it's you in the simple word you try to answer. Database is place where we keeping the data. It's just not keeping the data. It's all about collecting the data, managing the data. Example, a student has been joined and is Vijay told, I'm not teaching good, I wanted to leave. I need to manage the data. I want to remove. But Vinay told, no, sir. This is for me. It's too difficult to learn. I wanted to learn testing. So this is called operations or managing. I'm managing the data. And at what point I need to know how many finally, how many students I have, how many students are joined for testing, how many has been paid this paid the fees, how many are from the different genders, that I need to report it. So to do this all, we need a software. That software is all about managing the data. It's called, see, a software that manages the data in terms of collecting the data, managing the data, and reporting. Okay, let's understand. A software is, a database is a software. Very simple words, is a software able to able to able to manage data. Manage data. I do some spelling mistakes, plus you can correct it yourself later. What is the meaning of the manage? The database is able to collect new data. Example, tomorrow one more student is come. Okay, Naveen has come. Naveen said, sir, I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn. What is it? Oracle. So the software is able to collect the new data and change existing data. Today I'm not going to give any hands-on, just you need to have your foundation first. Okay, database is software is able to manage the data. Management means it's able to collect new data. Your understanding, if at all I have a new student is coming, it is able to allow the new student change the existing data. That means somebody said, no sir, I wanted to move from testing into Python. I able to change it, and it's able to remove unwanted data. Unwanted data. What does it mean? Tomorrow, Naveen said, no, sir, I'm not interested. I don't want to continue. I will to remove the data. And finally, retrieve the data. Retrieve the data. What is the meaning retrieve? Retrieve means take out a data. So this able to do the 4 different operations. Software database is a software. It is all about managing the data and supports 4 different operations. One is collect new data, changing the existing data, remove unwanted data, and retrieve the data that is being kept in a tables. So software is a manager and manage the data in database. Okay, just for your understanding. Okay, or in a simple word, it is collection of tables. Okay, and it is supporting below below operations. Okay, it is able to support below operations. Okay, what are the four operations? I told you in the layman English term. In the database word, collecting the new data we called insert, and changing the existing data. You know anyone? It is called update.
Update.
Update, correct. And removing unwanted data we call as
Delete.
delete,
Delete.
and retrieving the saved data is
Select.
called.
Select.
So database is all about managing the data. In the simple words, it is a collection of tables and supporting four different operations like collecting the new data, update new data, existing data, remove the existing data, that is unwanted data, and retrieve the data. In the database, the data is always be kept in the tabular format. Only the supported structure is your tabular form. So this called database. This is called a tabular form, is a table. The simple structure we call it in a database. The way we organize the data in the database is table. Table is about, I written already. It's a two-dimensional structure. It has not is.
Column and
It has column and rows. Column is an attributes. Row has an actual data. Multiple rows is called a records. So now probably it is a software. It is a software is managing the data and able to perform four different operations. It's called insert, update, delete. So to perform this, okay, fine. See, guys, I don't know what to say. I keep telling you, keep doing anyway. At least now I'll listen. Try to say one more time. Don't disturb me and also get disturbed yourself. See, we're talking so much interest. Mr. Chetan, I'll remove your number from class.
Sir?
Why you are unmuting yourself? You have any question? I don't know what to
No,
say.
sir. No, sir.
Please be unmuted. If you have any question, ask and again go back to mute. Otherwise, if once I remove, we cannot join back. I'm telling you. Okay. So these four operations to do to this to perform above four operations. What are the four operations? Insert, update, delete, and select. To perform all above four operation with the database. With the database, we use common language called SQL. So SQL is called a structure query. What is meaning of query, guys? What is the meaning of synonym of query? What is meaning of query?
Question.
Question.
Questioning. Yes, you are questioning the database for four reasons. One reason is collecting a new data is one reason. Change existing is another reason. Remove. So to talking to the database, we use one of the, see, if I start speaking Kannada, many of you don't understand. Many of you speak Tamil, I don't understand. Many of you speak French or like, we cannot understand. So we all try to connect within common language so that everyone can understand. That is the language we use to talking to database. So this is a database. So this is a common language you talking to database is called SQL. It's a common flat language we talking to. So SQL is a language used to talking to database. So for four reasons. For four reason is one is collecting the new data, change the existing data, remove the unwanted data, and retrieve the collected data. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. To perform above operations with the database, we use a common language called SQL. Now you understood what is a database. What is SQL? What is table? Row, column, and data and record. Clear? Clear or
Yes,
not
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, okay. So maybe you have a lot of questions, sir. You are keep talking about Oracle. Oracle. Somebody, my brother was there. I'm just kidding. He was saying I was in Oracle for some time. He's saying he's working in some Kallu because Kal is kind of an stone. Oracle. He's saying Oracle, Oracle. So Oracle is not Oracle, Oracle. Okay. Then you have an SQL server. What is this all about? We'll try to MySQL. Okay, Teradata. Okay, DB2. Then okay, DynamoDB or list. Okay, fine. This is MongoDB. MongoDB. So all these what sir? We keep talking Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, Teradata, DB2, MongoDB. So many. What is that all about? See, these are all about the different databases. See, simple example. I think you might be heard my first classes in the above. I'm keep telling. Say there is whenever you have wanted to go to shop, there is not only one brand you find in a shop. You find Nike, Crocodile, I don't know, so many brands you find. Then you can find what is that? Peter England, Van Hussein, different brands of shirts, pants, trousers, and girls also find different brands of varieties of brands you find. Why we have so much varieties in the market? Why not only one? I have a shoes. Why not only Bata? Why you have Paragon, Reebok, Nike? Why we have so many brands in the market? But product is one example. If you wanted to simple, one of your best friend and best enemy in this current era, who is that? You know, one of your best friend and is the same equally enemy. Who is that? What is that in this current era?
Mobile, sir.
Mobile, exactly. For me, laptop. Laptop is I don't check much more, but laptop is my best friend and also big enemy because I see this laptop forever, almost 10 hours a day. So why you have so many mobiles in the market? Why not only Apple? Why not only our Redmi? Why not only Note Plus? Why we have so many? The reason behind why you should is a very common question, huh?
As per requirement.
Why requirement? Did you give any requirement for anyone?
Competition.
Depending on the
Competition.
people's taste, maybe. Some
Taste
people
nahi.
will, some
Taste
people
not
will choose.
taste. It's not like it's not the word of belongs to Apple. It is not the word belongs to Samsung. It is a word belongs to everyone. Everyone wanted to produce their product. Product is called a products. So there is one understanding. I'll explain what is the difference between a project. It's not necessarily you need to know, but let's try to understand what is the difference between a project and a product. So these watches, phones are called products. They're not belong for one company. This word is not belong for Apple. Everyone has a right to produce the product and sell because of the competition, because of the appetite. Appetite means the purchasing power for the customers. If it not, what will happen if I see it is a tendency, yes. Everyone wanted to try sell their products and make a business and make a money. So like institute, like we have Ignite and J Spider, Q Spider, ABC, all XYZ, XYZ, XYZ we have. Why we have so many? Everyone wanted to pitch in the market, try to sell their talent, try to sell their product, and the business, make money out of it. The same way, Oracle is only the one company that has producing the product called Oracle. It's not like Oracle is producing, Microsoft sitting idle and watching them. Microsoft also has one product to manage the database, to manage the data that called as SQL Server. MySQL is also by Oracle. Teradata is from the Teradata. DB2 is from IBM. MongoDB is called open source. That is no company is owning. Like that, we have one more company called Salesforce. Salesforce is from the Salesforce company. This is from the Microsoft. So how different persons producing the different variety of the product. See, product is same. Shoe is a shoe. It just protect your legs and you can run, jog, whatever. The intention of that is the same. That is protect your leg, foot. But manufacturers are different. Nike is there, Bata, Paragon. Okay, so many are there like that. The intention of these all products is data management or database management, but there's all produced and market and doing a business for different companies. So do not get confused. These are all databases sold by the different companies. Oracle is produced by Oracle, and the SQL Server is being sold by. Okay, it was, and no company is called open source. I will tell you what is the meaning of the open source. Just try to understand these terminologies because you're not from the IT background, yes. So try to understand whatever this. Okay, Teradata is from the Teradata again. Okay, DB2 from IBM is old. Okay, and COBOL is open, and Salesforce is Salesforce. Okay, so these are all the data. See, there is so many others. Still DynamoDB, MongoDB. So many databases are there, and the Access is MS Access from Microsoft. Okay, so they're all different companies producing the product. Why they're producing product? To make a business. They try to sell their product and make a money out of it. The same way, this concept has been developed as a product and been sold to the customer. And the intention of this, all the products is all about maintaining the data. It's called database management system, nothing else. Okay, so don't get confused tomorrow. What is the difference between SQL Server, MySQL, Teradata, Oracle? These are all the database. Most of these databases uses common language called SQL to talk to database. Most of these supports SQL. SQL is a common language talking to the database. Okay, for 4 operations, we already know it. Clear? Don't get confused. What is Oracle? Oracle is again a company. It is produce a product called Oracle that is used to manage the database. Okay, Microsoft has a product called SQL Server, MS SQL, MySQL is also Oracle, Teradata. There are so many others. Still other 20-25 products are there. Like how we have different brands you have in footwear or your watches, your mobile or brands apparels. Same like there is so many companies produce a database and trying to sell in the market. Okay. Now let's try to understand what is a project and what is someone try to answer. You know that what is the difference between project and a product? Nothing to do with a database. Just I wanted to make you understand these words. Anyone quickly? What is a
Planning.
project?
Project is about planning. What?
Everything is to plan. Otherwise, how the planning? See, watch is a product for your understanding. Watch is also produced with a lot of planning. Without planning, how it would be produced?
Product is a final product. I mean,
So,
the final thing.
yeah, SDFC Bank website is a final application. It also has final.
Okay.
Thing is, project is developed for particular customer. Project is developed for particular customer. Example, SDFC Bank portal is there. So who gives a requirement for SDFC project, like net banking project? It's only for the, who has given the requirements, like what is your database looks like? Who is that guy? Can turn off your video. Netbank SDFC.com. Who has given these requirements, like what should be the functionality of the SDFC Bank? Who has defined the requirements? Who gives the functionality, like how the SDFC Bank looks like, this website looks like? Who gives the requirements? Who defines requirements? SDFC Bank. SDFC Bank is a customer that defines my website should be looks like this. It has a different features where people can log in, select a type product, and this is their website. They can buy different kind of credit cards, securities, mutual funds, credit card, saving account, RD, car loan, housing loan, so many things they can buy. So this is particularly developed by for the SDFC only. But product is, and the requirements are specified or given by customers. So SDFC goes to the TCS and saying, please develop an application like this for me. It has so many features. So here SDFC is called a client and the TCS is called a vendor. Whereas in a product is developed for mass, developed for common people or for everyone. Okay. Here, see, you are a customer. Apple is a manufacturer, and you are the customer. Did you anytime give requirements to Apple? My watch should be like this, or any time you given a requirements to the Amazon? My OnePlus phone should be like this. Did you ever tell them? No. Yes. Product is developed and sold by a particular company. There is no specification. Customer cannot give the specifications. Customer can give the feedback. My battery is not good. It is not working. You can give a feedback, but specification, design, development, it's all done by a particular company and is sold. Project is for particular client and product is for everyone. Here, there is no specifications or requirement given by the customer. Understood? I am the customer of an Apple because I have an Apple phone or Apple Watch. I am the customer of an Apple. But did I ever give a requirements to the Apple? No. They produce it, I buy it. This is called a product. Product is for everyone, but a project is for particular customer. Got it? That is the difference between product and the project. So now there is one more. Simply, you need to understand there is an open source. Python is also an open source. Example, I'm saying Python, MongoDB. Okay. So let's understand and okay. So who is owning Oracle? Oracle is a product is owned by Oracle. 1 minute. Okay, so there is a product owned by particular company. Why they should own? Say they only developed. See, Oracle is completely developed and marketed by Oracle. Salesforce is completely designed, developed, and marketed by Oracle. They make a money out of it. There are softwares in the world, they are not developed or owned by single company. It's called a open source. Then who is producing? Who is developing that product or that language? See, one among the example is Python. Python is not owned by any company. Python is an open source. I am using the Python. If I develop something new, I contribute back to the Python language. That's why it is called open source. Open source languages are used and developed by developers. No company owns it. That's why we call them open source. Example, I produce something very interesting features using the Python. I package it and I call libraries. I give back to the society. So this is called open source. There is no charges applied here. No charges applied here. And meanwhile, there is a disadvantage of open source. What is that? Anyone knows what is the disadvantage of an open source? Can you imagine what could be the disadvantage of open source softwares? No support. If application crashes. So today your application, your laptop crashes, what you do? You call your manufacturer, either Dell or you call Microsoft saying my product is not working, my laptop is not working. If at all, if there is there is no ownership of the product or a software, you don't know whom to contact. Okay, so that's the problem with these open sources, but there is no charge. Many small companies use the open sources to reduce the cost because these are all licensed. These are all licensed. To use these products, you have to pay. Companies has to pay, but these open sources are not paid by anyone. This is an open community. People use it, people develop it, and there will be governing body. Everyone simply cannot contribute. Whatever you give, they will not take. There is a governing body. They take. It is really useful for someone else. They include in the programming itself. That's why we call them open source. This could be your foundation class. Somebody doesn't have anyone having any background of computer science or nothing. So now many people keep asking me, sir, I am from civil. I am from what is that? Mechanical, electrical, ENC, blah 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 blah. Oh, whatever I said, it's a very common English language. Everyone can understand. Are you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So take another 3 or 4 classes. Don't judge. Don't judge. It is going to be like this. Take another 3 or 4 classes. You feel that yes, it's very easy because it's all about. It's not required a big rocket science programming. It's all about you need your commitment of 2 hours. And general sense you should have, that is enough. Okay, nothing to worry. It's very, very, very simple, because now I try to make sure that all of you in the same page, even you from the computer background, non-computer background, I want to all you put in the same page, same stage where we start your journey now. Okay, so this is on your mark, get set, go. You remember? So everyone has to be in the same line before we start the race. So I made it today, all of you, on your mark, get set. Now we have to go. So we have to start our journey now, irrespective of you are a Hussein Bolt, who is that other guy. No matter, we have to start from the line, beginning line and the equal distance. So let this one be. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this note. Guys, I'm going to send the note that will not open in your notepad. If you try to open it in your laptop, in your mobile, it will not work. You have to download. You need to download. When I send the notes, okay, example, I'm sending a notes to them, bus 19 or someone. If you try to open it in your laptop, definitely it will not open. You need to download it, open only. First install your Notepad++. Then only you click on this file, it will open. Otherwise, it will. Thing is, why I made this arrangement is, you guys don't even download and read and practice. So without practicing, it's just like a Ramayana Mahabharata. Tomorrow morning, you wake up and ask who is Rama, who is Lakshman, who is Rama. They say they're brothers and sisters. Not like that. Okay. So you have to make a daily practice, daily read. That's why you have to download, keep a copy in your laptop. Just do it daily. I'm going to send these notes daily. Okay. Now, important thing is, now I wanted to give you the very, very, very basic start. Okay. Let's say it's got sessioned out. This is timed out. I'm going to re-log in. So among all, there is 4 operations we can do. One is select is reading, all about reading. Insert is adding, update is a change, delete is remove the data that is unmodified. Any line start with, okay. These are the 4 operations we are going to perform on the database. Other than that, you're not going to do anything. Either you can collect a new data, change the existing data, remove the unwanted data you don't want, or retrieve the data that has been saved in the database. So what we do is we start from this select. To read the data, what we must be having? Very, very simple. Question, table, and
with the data rows and columns.
so to read the data, to select the data, you must be data already saved in the database. If the data is saved in the database, it has always been the tabular format or a table format. So instead of we create a new table, like this table, to read the data first, I should create a table, then load the data, then I have to read. Rather than I'm doing it everything right now, because you don't understand now what is a table column. I don't want to start that. I pre-assume there is a few tables already created for you. You go back here, there is called a schema. Don't worry about schema, tomorrow I'll explain. Schema is a place where tables are created. Very, very, very simple. There is a different schema or a place where different set of tables are created. There is a place called Scott. Scott is a schema. Scott is a schema. Here look at Scott is a schema. Don't worry about what is schema and all, we learn. A schema is a place where tables are organized. Each table has certain information. Employee table will have employee information, and there is another table called department. Department has a department information. So these are the different columns of your employee table. Employee table will have an employee number, e-name, job of the employee, manager of this employee, hire date when that employee joined company, salary of the employee, and commission of the employee, and the department number is working. So schema in the, see, there is several places. There is, see, this is a, try to understand. One more for your understand. I'll just write it in a diagram so that you get clear. So database is a place. A database is a place, correct? Where you keeping the data. In the database, we organize the data in a, separate the data. I have separate the data like a database. Okay. So I create a different user or a schema or a place. Okay, this is called Scott. And we have something called HR. We have something called sales and something called accounts. Something you have. Okay. So each user or a schema can have its own table. It can have its own table. Scott table will have, okay, it has an EMP table and department table. HR will have many more. It has employee table, salary table, okay, job data, location data. It will have. Sales will have data about the related sales. So now you need to understand there is a place where tables are already created. Two tables. One is your employee table, other one is your department table. So these are the two tables we are going to read the data. Okay. So I'm not going to create any table. Already two tables has been created. One such place where data has kept is Scott. So to read the data, I already told what is the command we are going to use to read the data. We must using the select statement. Okay. So very, let's try to learn this tool. So I wanted to read the data. Select. So this table has 8 columns. I need to select all the 8 columns, star, followed by you need to tell from where you need to read the data, from where your table is present, which is a place where the data is present, table is present. It is in
Schema.
the
Scott.
schema or a user called Scott, and the table name is called EMP. Very, see, this is simple English statement. So to understand this command, you don't need to know any computer science. Okay, let's try to write one more time. I wanted to read a data. To read a data, we have a command called the select. So I need all the columns. So I'm putting a star. Star represents all the columns of the table. From where I need to read? From the table is in Scott place. Just assume this is a Scott is a place where you have an employee table. I'm saying Scott dot emp. Okay. Then every statement, this is called a statement, should be ends with a colon. Now I return the statement. I have to execute. I have to run this statement. To execute the statement, you have a run button here. Look at here. You click on the run button. This statement get executed and data comes from the table. Look at here. There is 8 columns because since I represented star, star gives all the columns of the table and all the rows of the table. Look at here. These are 14 records, 8 columns. This is a wonderful table. Most of your example we are going to learn on this table. Same way, let me see what is the data in the department table. Select star from the Scott.dpt. See now one more thing. Either you can use this run button, or if if you use the run button now, all the statement in your worksheet, this is called a worksheet, it is going to get run, executed. All of them will be executed. Okay, look at here. First, you have an employee data, followed by you have a department data. Now, I don't want to run this command. What I'm going to do, I select only the statement I wanted to execute. Either I use run button or I can use a shortcut called control enter together. So I wanted to run the first statement. I select the first statement. Shortcut is control enter in the keyboard. Only that particular statement get executed, result come. I need to run only the select statement, second statement, control enter. So department table has a 3 columns, 4 records. This is information about the department. Clear, guys? Any question? Hmm? Clear?
No, sir. No, sir. Clear.
Okay.
Sir,
Now,
sir, it is the worksheet in this is already loaded. If it is not
yes,
loaded, then we have to
it
select
is already loaded. Is in the if it is not loaded, we need to load. Okay, but I want to start with a very simple side, because if you start explaining create table, data loading, you don't understand now. Let's start from the reading the data first. Then we create our own tables, load the data, change, delete, everything we'll practice. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is what we have. Now, I don't want, see, this is select star from employee table gives all the columns, but I don't want all the columns. I need only the few columns like ename, job, comma, salary from. See, I'm listing the columns what I'm interested. I'm interested name of the person, job of the person, and salary of the person. Same again from Scott.emp. If I wanted to run this, if I run, all three statements get executed, but I don't want to run before above one. I want to run only this one. Select this one. Say simply here, shift home. You here shift end. See, as you keep using the keyboard, you're familiar with shift home. You go to the beginning, shift end. You come to the end. Control enter. Only that select statement get executed and runs. Use three columns and 14 records. This is called selective columns. This is called selective columns. So if you run this now, it throws an error. Here down we have some error. Okay, here error is coming. Invalid statement. See, one more thing I'm telling you. I'll come back here. If at all you just wanted to run the single statement, I don't want to run this statement. Yes, either you select a single statement and run it, or you have to comment. Comment means put a two hyphen. This you run it. I'm going to tell Oracle, this software, please do not run this statement. They start from the hyphen. It's called commented line. I written here. Okay, any line starts with a double hash is called commented lines. These lines are ignored by execution. These lines are not going to execute. So if at all I comment this line, run, nothing is going to execute. There is no statement to execute. I wanted to execute only this statement. Remove your comment. To comment can be done in the short ways. Use your control and your question mark. Comment, uncomment. Commenting, this is called commenting, uncommenting. Now we run only the lines that is uncommented will get executed. Now I want to run only the last line, uncomment line. I'm going to run it. This is an example of selective columns. I'm just selecting the columns. Okay, I'm commenting. Okay, clear? Any question, guys?
No.
Clear?
No question.
Okay, that's, I will stop it here. Only practice these three statements. Listen the recording. Next I want, because I want to teach something new, different than what I have teaching. I explain one more concept. What is local? See, now all of you created your account. Okay, I'll explain in the next class. Okay, why we are using a Scott dot and how we can prevent it. We'll go to now going just till here. Listen the recordings, understand the concepts, and set up your account. Download Notepad++, and try to run only 3 statements and come back. We'll continue from Monday because Saturday, Sunday I have to finish old batch still pending. I'll finish their classes, then we'll concentrate. Okay, we are going to learn so many concepts. I'm going to send these notes. Okay, so any more questions, ask me now. Otherwise, we can stop it.